Juice Bags here, doing a little Orcs Must Die 2 co-op story mode on War Mage with Zexapros, excuse me. Basically, we're going to start off on the north side. Got a little combo builder here. Pardon me. We're pushing them over to steam with an acid sprayer. Also using a push trap, or I'm sorry, a flip trap there, and flip them up into the jet stream so they go up to that grinder there. Now, after you do this on the north side, during the first wave, you're going to sell everything as soon as the wave's over and run over and set up the other wall. The other side, that is. Try to make this as short and as watchable as possible. So these early waves, I'm not going to show the whole thing. Basically, we're going to just rinse and repeat the other side, so no need to watch it again. Now, when it gets to the point where we split up and each take our own side, I had a little problem with my wind belt there because we had a really bad connection or something, and the Orcs were just flying everywhere. Sometimes they'd go up in the air, sometimes it looked like they'd fly behind me. I didn't really know exactly what was going on, and I messed the timing up many times because of it. So we're going to go ahead and set up the same way on the other side. Exact same program. And we're going to go ahead and skip forward. Now on wave 3, the only difference is they come out of both sides, so each person takes a side. Now we're going to go ahead and set up the east and west hallways with just a standard issue kill box. Barricades going off to grinders. We'll buff those up as best as we can. Now that wave, we just basically burn through those mobs on the side, so I went on and skipped that one too. No big combos, nothing exciting going on. As you can see, I'm moderately lost here. When you only do endless mode, I don't really know how the waves work on a lot of the story mode maps. I did them all once just to unlock them all, but I don't. I did them once, twice to 5 skull it, or however many attempts it took to 5 skull each one. Almost got some elementals through there by mistake. Didn't know we were coming, so would have been a lot easier just to kill those there at the grinders, but I failed to do so. However, once you get them to little size, you can wind belt them back. Turned out to be a pretty good run. Like I said, I don't know the waves, so I was basically just going for it. I understand the kill box and what we were looking for there. I'm going to get these guys back down the hallway here, see if I can get a combo or two off of them. Have to just keep an eye on that push trap timing. Make sure you're wind belting at the right time. If not, you lose combos. You see there, some of them look like it flew over my head behind me, and some of them it was weird. Some of the pushes that did go up in the air, some of them they just randomly flipped and then disappeared. I was able to get the combo off of them though, so it's all good. Yeah, Ryan got that wave cleared out pretty easily. Now we're putting in a little backup. The last resort zone, so to speak. A couple of grinders there. We end up dropping that down just to one grinder in there for a wave so that we could get some flyer defense up.
So beautiful.
It's definitely a map where you really have to keep an eye on your mini-map. Or do the right thing and learn what's happening in each wave. That'd probably be the ideal thing to do. I took the winged approach and just waited for the red dots on the mini-map, basically, to figure out where to go. A couple of 9X's that time. Now, I was, even with my my issue, not being able to get the timing down and not being able to see the orcs. See, that time they went up in the air. I was still getting 9s and 10s on them, at least. Now here I should have kept working those combos, but I was concerned about this kill box. So I ended up losing out on quite a few. I think I get wrecked here. Or no. One of these times I get wrecked by a null. But like I said, keep an eye on the minimap. Farm whatever you can. Push them back up the hallway if you need to. And then moving right along, of course. At this break, we basically just buff these side boxes out a little bit more. Get the acid sprayer and 3 grinders along that wall, a couple of scorchers down. I put 1 web spinner up front, just in hopes of getting a combo off of the little guys. And you see I got the grinders misplaced here, so I gotta move them on down the wall that we can fit that sprayer in. Give him my skull. And then we took a moment here to discuss what we were, or do our best to discuss what we were going to do here. So pop forward till we get to the action. Now before we start the next wave, we also want some flyer defense up. So on both sides you want to put grinders up like so. Now we will end up doubling those guys up. The grinders help out quite a bit on those flyers. And you see we knocked that down to 1 grinder, that way we could fit the additional grinders up top for a little help with those flyers.
They're in the east hall. They're in the south hall.
And this is the big ogre wave. That's why you know, it's crucial both team members have the crossbow and the wind belt, because you're working your own side basically for these orcs, or these ogres that of course you need to be able to stun and headshot down. And then also building your own combos over there too. Just be able to get so many 9s, 9x, 10x's, 11x's off all of those light, medium, and heavy orcs really is the bulk of the score. As far as high scoring goes, of course, 5 sculling does not matter, because you're not going to get 5 skulls on most of the maps, because you want to optimize, you know, each orc. So you have to be patient, blowing back, whatever you need to do. Just getting these grinders, these ogres burnt down, and a little troll action left. And then I'm going to try to get a combo off of those heavy orcs that are in the background there. Even if you got those ogres all the way out there, still make sure you're shooting up into the kill box. That was another one of those glitchy ones that flew back over my head instead of going up. And then here, got the extra coin. I'm basically taking all the coin now just to slap down more grinders. And we're going to just get an additional grinder up on each side. Trying to gather up all the coin I can. See, I got 2,000 there. That way I could get back over and double up the other side too. I'm gonna gotta take advantage of these crossbow orcs. And he disappeared. And then all of a sudden a random X3 pops up in the sky. Huh. What can you do? Yeah, there's some 8s and 9s. Now this is the one I really should have stayed and worked those. I missed out on several 9 and 10Xs here. The faster you get those big guys down, the better off you are, because then it gives you time to work the crowd.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah, I think more of them flipped over backwards over the spring trap there. Flip trap, I called it earlier. Spring trap, even. More flipped back over that, I think, than went up in the air as far as the graphics go. But of course, you still get the combo. If your partner sees it and you don't see it, it's all good. You still get it. So let's go ahead and get those flyer grinders doubled up.
Look out! Flyers!
And here's where it starts to get a little bit more interesting. Gotta, like I mentioned, really pay attention to your mini-map.
Flyers in the air!
You gotta know where the orcs are coming from.
Well, that's time to die.
Getting those flyers down on both sides. Those grinders probably would have handled them, but... And then more ogres, oh joy.
So much wonderful death.
And if you work those gnolls back and forth a little bit through the portal, actually I get owned here, don't I? Yeah, I do. Yeah, you work those gnolls back and forth a little bit through the portal, it forces them to run back through that opening where there's a good chance the grinders are going to get them. I ran up the wrong side, thank God for portals. And let's burn down these last heavies. A lot of ogres. Lots of ogres on this map. But now things start to get a little bit more intense. It's our last little break. We are on it. I'm grabbing all the coin because I've got the grinders. Whichever teammate has the grinders needs to grab that coin up. A little bit of latency there on picking up the coins too.
Orcs go in, flesh comes out.
Getting those guys doubled. Basically turning this into a just a standard issue little kill box out of what we have, just to make sure that we got our little last resort in from the sides. Now of course the guys that are on coming out of the east and west hallways, they do announce it, so if you're by on the side by the east hallway, then you're gonna hear, they're in the east hall, they're in the west hall, and so on and so on. Double checking our setup here. See, we got that one buffed out as far as we can go. Yeah, not much else I could do there other than maybe some web spinners, but I want to save the coin in case we need to slap any last minute grinders or whatever down. go and throw a couple more web spinners in, though, just to get that extra combo point. Gonna do that on both sides there, obviously. We're basically just mirroring each side.
Let's begin.
And away we go. Saving a nice chunk of change there for more grinders if it need be, but we're getting close to the end now. So pretty much our setup is our setup. This is what we've got to live with. I was actually a little bit surprised at our score. I mean, I know we got a lot of combos, but it seems like we missed out on a bunch too. Both of us got into a pinch in the center with big guys that made it through, and the other had to come over and help. So we missed out on a couple of combos there for sure. Come on, Frosty. The Frost Ogres are the worst, really, when you have them out in the open, it seems. I don't know. I guess they're all the same when they're out in the open. Of course, you get some flame going on those Frost Ogres, and boy, they don't like that one bit. And this may be, I took a little dive into the drink during this run myself. I don't know if that's coming up yet, or if I skipped through in one of the doll sections. I'm not sure. Let's see, is this it? No. Just keep an eye on that mini-map, and you'll see, you know, of course the ones that are on the different level are going to be harder to see on the mini-map. They're not going to be as visible, not going to have the bright red dot, but they are coming. You better believe that. Hello there, Mr. Ogre. How are you today? Looks like that. See, it looked like on the mini-map that area had been cleared out. And I had two ogres come in now. Zachapar's helping with that other one over on that side. And we got those guys down. Doing gnolls. Trying to do my best I can to keep everything off the hallway there. Serious delay on everything. A lot of big guys on this one. So of course you're going to lose a couple of combos here and there. Almost get my face wrecked in there. And a little boring. I guess I could have edited out these sections, but wanted to leave it as intact as possible. I just wanted to get rid of the really dull stuff at the beginning. Ogre down. Give me that coin. At this point, I'm just pretty much being a loot whore and grabbing all the coin, even though I don't need it. But he doesn't need it either. And then we got our final wave coming up. there. So give me them fat combos. It's a good opportunity, a little last minute opportunity to get some combos if you can work them through those heavies. And see, I got the side busting through. Grinders actually took care of them. I could have gotten a couple more combos there too. A lot of missed opportunity. We definitely could have scored better. It's really strange. Last night we played a match together and it was almost flawless. There was like practically no latency, and today it's a little ugly. That's alright. Throw a couple of headshots over that way. Help out old Zekapris. And now just got to get these big guys down. It's essentially over. I was very anxious to see our score. Had some guys made it through those traps, so I wanted to come out here and burn them the rest of the way down there. That's where it's really important to keep an eye on that mini-map, because you can easily not notice these things if you're not paying attention. And of course we're not really concerned about the rift points, more the combo points, but we don't even want to miss 3x off that fire ogre or whatever. Making one last sweep, collecting up all the coin, and that's where I jump in and drink. What'd you think of that one? Like a little side dive. And it's over. Of course I had to jump in the drink right before it ended. That's terrible. Anyway, 5.5 million. And that's the crunch. Not too bad of a run there. So if you liked the video, please click that like button and subscribe to my channel.